This is a video about a speedrun. A speedrun for City of Heroes, and a speedrun for gathering quick and easy merits, regardless of your alignment. So you do have to be level 25, and in the aspect of the pillar. We're going to do some time traveling here through levels 20 and 24. The reason you have to be level 25 is this does not unlock until you have surpassed the level requirement. We're going to go all the way down here to Negotiations of the Living Dead. And I'm not likely going to be doing this one as fast as I possibly can, which is somewhere close to 7 minutes. But that's because I'm going to be showing you how to do this. And I'm not using my fastest character, as they're not set up for this low level. Some of the things that you would probably be wanting by level 25 is a stealth skill. So just normal stealth should be fine. You also want hover and evasive maneuvers and fly. You don't have to worry about how strong you are, but it does help to have some single target attacks that are buffed up and pretty quick to use. Just put it on the lowest difficulty level. Minus is, -1, 0, no bosses, and you won't encounter any elite bosses or archvillains, so that one's fine either way. So this is going to take us to, and I can't pronounce it, Striggle Island? Something like that. I'm dyslexic, don't worry about it. And we're immediately going to be starting out by flying to our left. Just a little bit to our left. So you're going to click on this. You're going to click back on the aspect of the pillar. And you'll have to click here on the bottom because for some reason this doesn't work. And then you're going to teleport to target. Oh, sorry. I forgot about that. Yeah. You're going to click on this. You're going to hit accept. Click teleport to target. So this loads up, and then you're immediately flying over this way. I'm going to hit my afterburner, which is freely given to you. I don't have it on the pop-up tray because I don't like it when it does that, and it takes a long time to load. I'm going to click on that door a lot because also for some reason the game doesn't like to acknowledge that. I'm going to hit reveal. As I'm loading in, I'm going to ignore all of these enemies. Rapid click on that door. I'm going to be trying to head over here, which is kind of a difficult spot to get to. See, if you had evasive maneuvers on... See, I clicked on that door a bunch and it didn't count. Then you have way more control over how you're flying. Over here, you're going to attack these two enemies. If this one is an engineer, you want to get him first because he will summon a shield, and that shield will count as one of the enemies that you have to kill. Sometimes you can click on the glowy before needing to defeat the enemies. Sometimes you can't. They were a little close. Immediately hit exit, and we're going to fly back to the contact, which is over here. Just to be sure we know where they are. And see, I've done it before my afterburner is re-upped. I should have turned it off when I got into the mission to make it recharge faster. I'm not going to need it here because we're going to do a hunt. Come over here. Hit that available and that accept. And you can look up here real quick. You're looking for her family, which are people in suits. So there's a family. Hello, Mr. Family. There are some family by some explosives, but you probably don't want to fight them. Not because you can't take them out, but because for some reason the explosives, and I'll just hit these guys anyway. For some reason the explosives count as taking out the enemy if you haven't done damage to them. Sorry, it's getting loud. They're shooting guns at me. Okay, so it'll take your number away. Like, it'll stop you from getting that kill. Because it's like, well, the explosion took it out and you didn't. So if you can, avoid those. If you can't, try to use an AoE. And we're just going to hunt the rest of these around this dock. This building will typically have a bunch of them on top. I wasted an attack there. Another thing that the game did that was kind of a weird change is in the update for possibly just for Homecoming. If you're flying and you start an attack, your character just like starts to lag. Like they don't want to fly away. That's why on another character I have their fly speed super boosted. Like boosted more points than they can actually hold. Because at their slowest fly speed, they still fly very fast. Okay, unfortunately, I did not get as many family as I need where I expected to get them. So I have to come over here, which is not something I typically do. And it does waste a bit of time. So I've done that. I'm going to be flying over here towards the Bonnie over here. But I'm also going to call my contact. And it's going to say, talk to Orpheus over here. So I am not going to read out Orpheus's text. And I'm not going to close Orpheus's text because it will close on its own. I just need to click on Orpheus and then go in the door that appears, which is over here. It's not always over here. Sometimes it's right around the corner from him on the building that he's standing by. And sometimes it's still in the same graveyard, but on a different door. This is probably the furthest away that this mission can be. Get another cave, I'll hit reveal. And I'm looking for this big spot. This is a lucky one here because there's only one possible place for the boss to be. Sometimes there are two big chambers and I'm not really sure which one the boss is in. And I know depending on the map it's going to be the same place every time. But I haven't memorized the map. So just take out the boss, don't take out his summons, and take out his little helper. And you're going to be flying back to the contact, but go ahead and call them. And get this mission set up. They are going to send us to the next mission. And I don't have Afterburner again. I never remember to turn it off when I've reached my destination. And this one is probably the one that takes the longest amount of time. This is where all of your time goes for this speedrun. Because it's the most random and you got to do many things. So we got to take out 3 of these spirit wards and they explode. If you are stealthed, these guys will see you. I don't know. You have to be kind of close. It depends on your level of stealth. I think the more stealth you are, the easier they can see you. If you have just the stealth skill that I have here but don't have available, then you can get a lot closer and attack that without them seeing you. And if you're just not stealthed at all, they just won't see you until it explodes. You also have to take out 3 of these negotiation groups. So you're going to find them by... that first one had a robot, I think. Or maybe not a robot. A guy in a flyer. That one had a family. There's the flyer. Yeah, so the first one had a robot. Not always in the same order, not always in the same place. And I'm about to show you why. Oh, never mind. I'll explain to you why this sometimes takes a long time. There are paths into the trees so that you cannot see these things. You have to approach them. You have to approach the paths, sometimes go down one of them, and look for... See, I got 8 minutes. That was about a minute slow. You have to look for dialogue to pop up, and if dialogue pops up, then you know that one of the wards is in there. I don't think the negotiators will ever spawn inside. So 8 minutes, 3 seconds, and you still have to exit. Come over here, talk to her, and you're good. And it was 20 reward merits for less than 10 minutes. That's more than 2 merits a minute. And if you wanted to run that again, just open your Ouroboros portal, sell anything that you earned and want to make room for, and just go do it again. And that's the speed run. Not just a speed, because it's an MMO. It's very large. That's the merit speed run if you're on your own and you want to earn some merits, some quick merits, or a lot of merits, depending on how long you actually want to do this. Currently, I have 340 on this character because I run it, I don't know, every week, and then I go and I build my character with some things. So all of these were purchased with merits. It's 100 merits each. 100 merits each for those, and 100 each for those, 100 each for those. And then some of these others only cost 50 each. These cost 100 each. But you have to also craft them. And my character's not done being built, so I'll have to still buy the rest of the Luck of the Gambler for hover. But I don't need to right now, so I'm just building merits. Okay, this is a video about speedrunning. Kind of. I'm going to show you how to speedrun a specific mission in order to get some quick and easy merits. We're going to come over here to the aspect of the pillar. We're going to do some time travel. Now, you need to be at least level 25 for this, as you have to out-level this. And you can do this on any alignment as well. So these are 20 to 24 missions. This won't unlock unless you're level 25. And we're going to go all the way down to Negotiations of the Living Dead. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hit this accept, and because it's a speed run, we're going to click the aspect of the pillar. You got to click down here, as it doesn't work up here for some reason. Sometimes you have to zoom in for that. And then, so it's going to be accept, click the pillar, and then teleport to the target, and immediately we're going to fly to our left. Not all the way to the left, just a little bit, because the mission's going to be over there. It's sometimes a door on the other side of a building, sometimes a door on your side of the building. You also, if you want to make this very efficient, you're going to want a stealth power of some kind. I just have normal stealth here. You also want hover and evasive maneuvers. Those will help give you some flight control, and I have those on this character for running this. I think I did a respec so that I would know I have them available. And you want fly. You don't need a whole lot of defenses, and you probably want to just put your difficulty levels at like -1 and 0 and no bosses. And I don't think there's any elite bosses or archvillains, so you don't have to worry about that one. Okay, here we go. Let that load in. You want to immediately fly over in this direction. I'm going to hit my afterburner. just something that you get for free when you have Fly. I don't have my pop-up tray because that's annoying, and sometimes it takes a while to load. Click on that door. It's on the other side of this building. That's unfortunate. And then I'm going to hit reveal as I'm loading in, so I can see where I'm going. Ah, a door. You gotta click on these doors quite a lot. Sometimes the first few clicks don't count. But with evasive maneuvers, I do get to make a dead stop in front of a door and I don't fly past it. We're looking for this group right here. If this guy is an engineer, you want to get rid of him first because he'll summon in a shield, and the shield drone will count as an enemy that you have to defeat. And then we're going to click on the glowy. Sometimes you can click on the glowy without attacking the enemies, but because I ran in, hit the exit. Into that small room, I had to defeat them first. We've got to fly over. We're going to fly back to our contact. Go ahead and hit the contact there. Afterburner's still recharging. I didn't turn it off when I went into the mission, so I beat that mission before it was due. But that's fine because we're not going to use it here. We're going to be doing a hunt. So click on that, get that accept, and we're going to be looking for family. These are people in suits, and here's one right here. Now, unfortunately, some kind of update to the game at some point. I don't know when it happened. I don't know if it was Homecoming or what, but whenever you're in attack, your fly gets lag time, gets slowed down, you start to drag. So I like to put a lot of points into my fly. Really boost fly as much as I can, even past what is normally acceptable. Because, you know, there's diminishing returns, sure, but then there's also a cap. This building normally has a lot of family on it. This time it doesn't, so we're going to come down here to the docks. Go around here. That way, for the fly, that way my fly, even though it's slow, is still pretty quick. I really prefer the family to be on top of that building so I don't have to come this far in. Fighting a lot of lieutenants here. Need 4 more. And of course they're lieutenants. Alright, now I'm going to be flying towards this dot. I'll hit my afterburner there. Over there, and I'm going to call my contact. Just fly right past them. It's going to say, talk to Orpheus. And I'm just going to talk to Orpheus. I'm not going to read his dialogue, and I'm not going to close his dialogue because it will close automatically. I'm just going to click on him, and then a door will show up. Okay, the door is far away. That's unfortunate. Sometimes it's right next to him, right around the corner on the building he's leaning on. Sometimes it's still in the same graveyard, but a different door. This is probably one of the furthest away it can be, but not the furthest. Or maybe this is the furthest. Gonna hit reveal as it loads in. And I got a choice to make. Great, that's going to slow me down. I'm going to choose left first, and this is probably wrong because it's a shorter path. And I'm just looking for dialogue. Oh! Oh, goody. So just take out the boss. Don't worry about his summons. And then I accidentally hit a summon. And then take out this little mob guy here, and we're immediately hitting exit. And we're flying back to the contact. Afterburner's still not ready. I'm going to go ahead and call the contact and set up the mission. And when you click on them in there, they'll show up here so you know which direction you're going. Going to arrange some of this to get rid of it later. Get rid of it by combining it. If you have 3, you can combine them into a revive. Okay, so talk to her and she'll send us into the mission. This is probably the longest part of the mission because it's random and you're looking for things. So here's the first thing I'm looking for, some negotiations. This is a robot and a warrior. If you can, get rid of the warrior first in any of these negotiations because they will blend in with other warriors that might come after you. You're also looking for these spirit wards here, which I had trouble selecting. These spirit wards will explode and get their attention. So now that their attention is gathered, they're going to run over here while I'm attacking this group, which has a warrior in it. And so when they join the other warriors here, sometimes I get lost and I don't know which one's an actual target. Right, so I got them. I'm gonna fly over this way, find another negotiation to hunt. Combine that into an awaken, which costs... It sells for the same amount that 3 of whatever level also sells for, but it takes up less space. Okay, another spirit ward, and there is one more ward, and I believe it is in the forest, so I'll show you how to do that. As you can see, when I approached them, they spoke. So I'm actually looking right there for somebody in the forest speaking. Then I know that it's down this way. There it is! 7 minutes, 37 seconds. For my average, that's a little high, but I ran into a few little mistakes and misclicks and things like that. You still have to exit. Exit, load, click on them, leave. And if you want to run it again, just hit your Ouroboros portal, and I'll show you that was 20 merits for less than 8 minutes. Really, I'm just looking for anything that's less than 10 minutes to run. And I think, on average, if you're not really built up very well, you can still do it around 10 minutes, but for sure under 20. Which is great, because you're earning more than 1 merit a minute. For me, I've earned more than 2 merits a minute doing this, because the whole process takes less than 10 minutes if I run it that fast. And about an average of 7 minutes when I'm doing really well. And I have 80 merits total right now. And I've been using 100 merits to build up these. I'm not even built up that much. I still got a bunch of sets left to do on this character. And that'll make me faster and stronger and do this quicker. And I still did it pretty quick. So that's it. That's the speed run. Not really for, like, I mean, this game's an MMO RPG, so it's got a lot of missions and stuff. But if you want to earn merits quick and you're running solo, then this is probably the best way to do it.